Hey there, I'm talking to you. What do you think about making that cool chick from your gym fall in love with you? Or maybe that girl from your neighborhood? The one who's always walking around looking all serious and unapproachable. But jokes aside, we were quite baffled by the amount of research about how to make someone develop a crush on you. Apparently, the world of science is seriously preoccupied with this topic. Let's start with the most important thing: is it possible at all? Judging by the result of a laboratory experiment organized in 1997 by Arthur Aron, a professor of psychology at the State University of New York, it may well be. He managed to make two absolute strangers fall in love in 45 minutes. During the first stage of the experiment, two folks would come in from different doors, sit opposite each other, and start asking and answering questions. 36 questions in total. And the further it went, the more personal the questions became. From, "What's your favorite color to wear?" to, "When was the last time you cried in front of someone?" During the second stage, the couple had to sit and look into each other's eyes for 4 minutes without saying a word. A total of 69 couples took part in the experiment. Almost all couples declared that there was a spark between them. One couple even got married 6 months later. So why did it work? It's just that those who set up the experiment managed to create a sense of intimacy in the participants during these 45 minutes. After all, when a stranger shares something personal with you, they automatically stop being such a stranger. The second important point: your self-esteem goes higher when someone opens up to you. This makes you feel special, and you feel a sense of affection towards the one who makes you experience these pleasant feelings. The participants would switch their roles during the experiment. That means it worked in both directions. This is how the lure that these couple ended up being caught in was created. The experiment was set up more than once after that, and would end up with positive results. By the way, the miraculous power of peepers was confirmed by a study by Joan Kellerman, James Lewis and James Douglas Laird from Clark University in the USA, conducted in 1989. They made 96 different people split into pairs and stare at each other in different ways for 2 minutes. Their experiment showed that the brain automatically interprets a prolonged gaze as an affectionate one. "Why is that dude staring at me for so long? I bet he has a crush on me," assumes the brain and reciprocates the feeling. But not everyone can lock themselves in with the object of their unrequited passion in a room and stare at them, and entertain them with a conversation gently disguised as a friendly interrogation. What then? First of all, remember that love is the same emotion as many others, and therefore it also obeys biological, chemical and psychological mechanisms, and if you know about them, you can slightly increase your chances. For example, social psychologists John Bargh and Lawrence Williams are investigating the subconscious component in social behavior, and they've discovered that if you increase the amount of degrees, you can increase your chances of something more than just a crush. But no, we're not talking about a shot with alcohol. A cup of delicious tea or coffee on the first date is likely to melt your dreamgirl's heart, and she will be more disposed to continue getting to know you. But lemonade with ice, even in the summer heat, will not increase her liking of you. The best you can count on is a feeling of gratitude, but not love. Another life hack, and you won't believe this, is to listen. Harry Vecker and Gina Castlebell are sure that this is the key to success. Scientists organized an experiment during which 115 participants from 18 to 50 years old interacted with 10 specially trained people. These people actively listened to them, gave advice or simply reacted emotionally to their words. As a result, most of the participants in the experiment confirmed that they experienced a much stronger affection for those who listened to them attentively. So if you've decided to make someone fall in love with you, give up your stupid habit of talking about yourself. And be all ears. A very helpful thing while making someone fall in love with you can be your tongue. Or rather, a combination of phrases and gestures that only you two would understand. You have probably noticed how much more attracted you become to someone after you find out that they can quote your favorite character. And when they understand your strange jokes and memes. Bingo! So, Robert Hopper, Laurel Scott and Mark Knapp have discovered it back in 1981. The idea is very simple. The faster you create a set of inside jokes, phrases and gestures, the faster you get on a new level of intimacy. And this is where another instrument, that was discovered by the Professor Gain Gonzaga from the Californian University, takes its roots. Don't want to get lost in the friend zone? Be like the one you want to captivate. Common interests, and even physical traits may come into play. Color or style of clothing. Or something like that. And finally, advice from the famous American psychology professor Theodore Newcomb. To make someone fall in love with you, always be within their sight. More than half a century ago, the researcher came to the conclusion that physical presence significantly increases your chances of making someone fall in love with you. Want to know more? Find the link below. Though all these life hacks will probably only work at the beginning, later on, you will have to come up with something more substantial than simple manipulations with coffee and outfits. But if you're determined to make someone fall in love with you, then be sure to leave a like. For good luck, of course. Press the bell button if you've ever had a crush on someone for laughing at your jokes. And subscribe, if you could listen to your girlfriend for hours. Science to all.